and everything. For her, what's the need? There ain't no need for nothing else. You really don't need nothing else. If a real person could really love on you, and give you all of the necessities, and that's a help meet. That's help meet right there. To be able to help, and other things. You might not have to have the same vision as the person, but you helping building a nation. Abraham was the father of many nations, but Sarah laughed. Sarah laughed and thought, like, Abraham, the father of many nations, but Sarah, the funny thing is, how you think Abraham gonna get the nations if you don't get with him and replenish? So she thought in her old age that God wasn't going to use her. I said, she thought in her old age, she found it that, well, I'm too old at this age to reproduce anything, to replenish. But God told Abraham that he was going to be a father of many nations after he left his father and his mother's house and did what God called him to do. Obedience is better than sacrifice. So he began to do what God called him to do. And it wasn't nothing difficult on tonight. And I'm not going to be before you long on this one at all. I'm getting straight to the point. The point is, the woman, is a help to the nation that's being birthed. She has some help to it. She probably won't be, doing everything else, but she the one that provided the clothing and she provided the food and everything like that. This is the virtuous woman, not just any type of woman. Any woman might not do that. A real woman that's after the heart of God, just like a man would do what God say. A real woman, she would provide everything for her family, and he gonna thank her and be like, ooh, man, that's a sweat off me. I ain't got to do that. I got to do all this other stuff. If you as a matter of fact, if your duty is God telling you to, in Psalms 82, to arise, O God, and judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations, that is a work in all itself. Why a woman can't do the basic fundamentals? Come on out of here. Why she can't, get some clothes and make sure her household ain't lacking no good thing. You hear what I'm saying? Well, why she can't go do that if your thing is to judge the earth? If God just calling you to judge the earth, hello somebody, God telling you to arise and judge the earth. So specifically, he wasn't talking to actually women in that, because he said one of the princes. So it really boils down to the men in Psalms 82. That God is talking about, because he didn't say one of the princesses or one of the queens. He said you're going to fall like one of the princes. And that's some deep stuff, to say that. He wouldn't say a woman is going to fall like a prince, because she can't be a prince. Hello, somebody. But creator, that can be a female. But in Psalms 82 specifically, it was supposed to be man was supposed to do all that. He was supposed to judge the earth. He supposed to do what it is. The woman was supposed to be helped, so she would be promoted like a goddess or something like that. You understand? She wouldn't be specifically God. Come on out of here. She might be a goddess. You ever heard anything like that? Lately, she might be a goddess. She's a help mate to her God. Hello, she ain't just a queen. At that time, she get elevated. When you elevate, she elevate with you. Come on out of here. So she becomes a little bit more, because now you are birthing something. Something is coming to pass. Something is coming to pass for your life. And so I'm telling you, God is getting ready to do exceedingly abundantly more than you can ever ask or think. Stuff that your eyes ain't never seen, your ears ain't never heard, your ears ain't never heard. this, your ears ain't ever heard, that God is getting ready to pour you out a blessing that you don't have room enough to receive, stuff that your forefathers never got. It probably didn't come through your line. A family can't trace, you can't even trace what God about to do. You know, some people happy with a little house, a little car, but could you imagine being a blessing to everybody? Could you imagine what you really was purposed to do? You know, have you really consulted God and say, God, what would you have me to do? And you'll find out that it's much more easier than what you actually been doing. You know, the man, the only assignment was to judge the earth and, you know, do that. In Psalms 82, it tell you exactly what the man was supposed to do. See, the woman, she wouldn't have got the wicked one, because if she was designed to get the wicked one, then Satan would have never spoken Eve. He would have never gotten Eve and betrayed and caused Adam to mess it up for everybody. She wouldn't have never, that would have never happened, because if she was destined to be that. So she was destined to be a helpmate. She was destined to help the vision. I believe tonight that God He wants to help you with that vision that you got. But your assignment, this for the man. This is for the man. And the woman, this is the assignment for the woman. The woman is supposed to make skillful clothes and purchase. She purchased it. She go purchase it with what? Well, what she been gifted with. She a creator. See, that's what you don't know. She has the ability to create with her hands. So she buy, she sell. She sell it, she buying. So there's something that she good at. So she use what she has to provide for her household. And the man, what he do is he take care of everything else. He stands in order to declare liberty and justice for all. In other words, like how they say in the motto that they used to say, well, it was a used to say. It used to be a saying that it was liberty and justice for all, but it has become justice for some. And we got to get to justice for all, not just some. We can't be no particulars. It's got to be equal opportunity. Hello, somebody. Equal opportunity for the blessings of God. Because if God is no respecter of persons with an S on the end, then we really got to get that. We got to get that, people. We really got to get to a place where we can't stay like we've been, but we got to do greater. We got to do greater. We got to do greater. What's coming is better than what's been. So God is telling you to speak them things into existence. Call those things be not though as they were. You have to call things be not though as they were. You are a creator. The woman, what she create? She create the children. She might not judge the earth, but she creates the children. And when she creates the children, then she providing the land and everything. I mean, and all you doing is you judging the man. Is just judging the earth. Doing what is right, you know, not falsely judging, but doing what is right, you know, doing what is right. The female, her goal as a creator, she's a creator, was symbolic to what a nation was. Once they turned away from their wickedness, they could be a holy nation or a righteous nation and things. And God will use a person he said a small one would become a great one. You know, a small one can become a great nation. So don't put off what can become great. You know, they look at it and be like, oh, I don't see nothing. Now, yeah, it looked like you don't see the embryo grow, but then you see it. You see it come into existence. You don't see it now, but you can see it. You can see it come to pass. You don't see it grow. You don't believe it, but it become a strong one. Have you ever seen a baby, that was in a womb and it grows? It became a strong one. It became a strong one. So what I'm saying is, there is something that's going to come to pass. It's got to grow. You an embryo. You was an infant, but have you grown lately? And God wants to grow you up in a way. He just wants you to grow. He wants you to grow in the way of the mind and in the way of righteous thinking and things of that nature. So I'm not going to be long-winded on this one, because I'm getting straight to the point on this one, that God, he wants to pour you out blessings that you don't have room enough to receive. I say room enough to receive. Some of y'all ain't never had no nations. Y'all happy with a house and a car, but God getting ready to bless y'all with stuff, that your eyes haven't seen, your ears haven't heard. And all you got to do is just turn away from the things that kind of offended God and get it right. Just say, God, I may not have seen it like that before. I may not have seen it like that, but give me an opportunity by grace, the grace that you have for me. Give it to me now so that I can get it right. So I can understand what my role is. What the woman role, all she got to do is have the baby, because that baby gonna grow. That thing gonna grow. And all she got to do is use her hands skillfully. And all she got to do is purchase the land. This is the virtuous woman. I'm talking about the one that's more than money. Now, if you a dime piece or something, you just a dime piece, you might not see your true worth in that. You might not go by that. You might be on a lower standard, but I'm talking to the woman, the women, that are raised up and start being worth something. You understand? And be a help to those that really have an assignment for God, that to judge the earth. That's the man. He don't need no stress. If the only thing God calling him to do is arise and judge the earth. And how do you do that? Everything that wicked, you standing against it. That's what the man is supposed to do. The man is supposed to stand against everything that's wicked. That's it. He supposed to stand against the stuff that's wicked. And the woman, she supposed to be where she come in, and she helping him replenish the earth. She gonna have dominion with him. Her works is gonna get her glorified. She having the children, so she gonna get praise, and her hair gonna be her glory. Hello, somebody. Her hair gonna be her glory. Her hair gonna bring her glory, because she gonna be shining because of what she's taking part in, because the two become one. You see, wisdom and God became one. That's why you heard just about God, but wisdom and Proverbs give you wisdom. She say, I was with her. Wisdom is called her. She said, I was with God from the beginning, when everything was created. So you got to get there. Probably want to Google it and see if wisdom is her. That was the one that was with God in the beginning, before the earth was created and everything. Real talk. So she was with God, but they two became one. So when God spoke, it seemed like it was just him, because remember, he made man in his image. So God was judging the earth. So you didn't see wisdom do that. Wisdom was just there to do the other stuff. You understand? So wisdom would be what? That's why the scriptures say, why did the scripture say, if a man lack wisdom, let him ask God? You see what I'm saying? Because now God can share forth wisdom, and wisdom can begin to declare to them, because that's a her. See, it's specifically a her. And some people don't understand the difference between just a word, a word, but they don't understand the difference between him and her. See, the truth of the fact of the matter God specifically called wisdom her. You know, it's a her. And if you look in Proverbs, it's her. It's her. She said, I was with God from the beginning. So you communicating